body bags where horror lies.
Hello and welcome to Body Bags. My name is James and I'm your Sunday night reviewer. And this evening I'll be finishing up our IFC kind of spotlight, the IFC release company, and I'm going with the movie Devil's Candy. So this is one 2015. It's a written and directed by Sean Byrne, and it has a very cool Ethan Embry. I kind of like this guy quite a lot. So he's a kind of metalhead and a metalhead artist. So he's with his wife and his teenage daughter, and they wanted to buy a house. So they've seen a house. It's a bit of a stretch for them, but they kind of really like it. There's a reason why it's a bit cheaper, because there was some deaths that occurred in the home, and those deaths are kind of has a kind of a supernatural kind of feel. It's kind of they start to talk almost through Ethan Embry. Well, when he's doing his art, he starts to see things and he starts to paint them, and it's like these kind of premonitions of things which are happening. And the guy that actually killed the parents, he's kind of out and about and he's still doing killings, and so Ethan Embry is actually seeing these killings. I can't remember his name. There's a few names on here. I can't remember the guy's name. He's been in a lot of things. He's quite a big, heavy-set guy. I remember he's in Constantine and things like that. He's got these eyes which kind of bouncing around all the time, and he kind of fits this kind of crazy guy kind of perfectly in this light. It's like he has this kind of whether it's some sort of possession or something. I haven't actually read into this. It's a film that I've seen a couple of times now. I haven't really kind of looked into the whole meaning of it, the film sort of thing. I think there's some sort of possession going on. It's kind of like he channels this. It's quite cool. It's quite eerie, and there's these stages where it's just he has this guitar with him. He's kind of loves guitars, but he just strums this one note over and over and over again, and it happens in a couple of scenes, and it's just very eerie on how this is done, especially one of the scenes when you see this child. You don't really see anything happen, but it's just freaky, and being a parent, you're watching and you're it's just this dread, and he has this he is scary, but he has this real innocence to him as well, and it's he's not doing anything wrong, and he's upset sometimes at what he's doing, but it's very cool. Anyway, he kind of locks on. He's trying to get into his house, but obviously there's this new family in there, and he kind of locks on to this teenage daughter. He's talking to her she loves kind of rock music, 80s rock music like her dad, and she really wants this one guitar, and he kind of starts linking with her, buying her this guitar and stuff like that. But like I said, Ethan Embry, so he's this artist, and he's this struggling artist, and he keeps getting sucked into his his paintings and stuff like that, and he's being late to pick up his daughter and stuff like that. And of course, the one day when he's late, it really shouldn't be, but he's got to meet this kind of this is gallery kind of owner, and they're talking about we want to commission you, we want you to do a show, and it's this very prestigious kind of thing. It's you don't get second chances, so he has to take this meeting, and it's going over, and of course he's late for his daughter. He goes to get her, she's not there, and she's been kidnapped by this guy, and I think that's kind of enough. This is one I actually wanted to keep quite light, because I mean, it was in my top 10 of 2015, but I'm not sure if this is a really well seen film. It should be. It's a very good film, but yeah, I don't really want to kind of give too much away of it. So I think that's kind of like enough of the film. The acting is like really good. Ethan Embry, like I said, I really like him. Like with whatever he's in, he's kind of just this. He's very engaging and like he's very likable. And the characters in this are like kind of cool, like the wife and the daughter and the kind of the psycho. And it's nicely put together. It's like I said, there's this supernatural undertone where it's like it's the house, all of these demons talking to different people. They're talking to our killer and they're talking to Ethan Embry through his art sort of thing. Well, he's kind of channeling it and he's putting it out and he's kind of not realizing what he's painting, and then he's seeing all these things. It's like it's cool. I like how it's done, and then it builds up to like a pretty cool ending. I know that people have issue with the ending because there's there's fire at some point and CG'd fire, and it's like, yeah, I'm not so bothered about how it looks, but where the fire is and where the people are, it's kind of, I don't know if it's like what it is. I don't think it's anything to do with the supernatural thing, but it will be so hot where these people are, and they don't seem to be that bothered by the intense heat of this fire. I'm not going to go into it more because I don't want to spoil it, but that's kind of like the only real gripe that I have with the film. It doesn't run too long. It's 80 minutes, so it's got a nice pace to it. It builds up nicely. It looks good. Great soundtrack. It's like many people I think like the soundtrack. I'm sure it's more of the mainstream 80s stuff, and like people are really into this music. Or people are like, that's just for the masses. It's not the bands that I like, but it's good. I enjoyed the music, and like I said, the acting's like spot on. Ethan Embry, he's really good in this. He's got like really long hair in this, and how he trained up for this. He's like a bit wiry, a bit quite muscly, and without being like huge buff, he just looks the part. It's like really cool. Like how he is with his music and the interaction with like the daughter and stuff like that. It's just like really cool music, and like I said, the engagement of the characters and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed this film, so I'd give this a recommendation. And being like I like the IFC, these nice transfers and everything tend to be a little bit light on the extras, but yeah, this has a few bits and pieces. It has commentary with the director, behind the scenes, visual effects. We've got a short film, The Advantage Satan, music video, art gallery, and a theatrical trailer. So kind of, there we go. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. Hope you enjoyed the whole week. The guys have been in some like really nice, interesting mix of our IFC films. And there we go. Okay guys, catch you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.